In the supermarket warehouse, emergency lights cast long shadows, highlighting the exhaustion etched on Dari's face as she stacks boxes. The monotonous hum of refrigeration units fills the cavernous space, a stark reminder of the late hour as Dari's trembling hands betray her fatigue. A blinding flash of vision strikes Dari, an imposing and threatening presence that plunges her into momentary blackness. Startled, Dari drops a box, the crash echoing in the dead of night as she gasps, wiping her brow. "Not again," she whispers. In the stark break room, Dari nurses her coffee, her eyes betraying exhaustion as she seeks solace in her worn notebook. Sketches of haunting visions fill the pages. Shadows, distorted faces, indecipherable symbols, fragments of a world just beyond sight. Her pencil halts as she captures the lightning, then tentatively adds a power pole, an industrial building, binding the abstract to reality. A faint, unsettling scratching from the wall behind her shatters the silence, metallic and insistent. Dari rises, drawn to the source, pressing her ear against the cold wall as an unintelligible whisper seeps through the divide. Dari drives through the desolate city streets at night, the world cast in the eerie glow of flickering streetlights. An abandoned power plant looms, a skeletal structure of rusted metal consumed by creeping overgrowth, stark against the night sky. Her hands clench the steering wheel, knuckles bone white as the weight of her vision bears down. Back in her apartment, Dari pores over her laptop, a montage of digital fragments flashing across the screen. Newspaper headlines scream of a past tragedy. Worker dies in power plant accident. 1,989. Dari's eyes widen with dawning horror and understanding as she reads a forum post. Has anyone seen the lights in the old power plant? In the power plant basement, old switch cabinets stretch into the gloom, a relic of forgotten industry. A faded lunchbox sits atop one cabinet, the name H. Werner, barely visible, a silent testament to a life once lived. Suddenly, the impossible happens. Lights flicker to life, piercing the darkness, illuminating the long dormant machinery. The machines awaken with a deafening hum, growing louder, a symphony of resurrected power. Dari whirls around, fear etched on his face as a distorted, humanoid shadow flickers in the corner, wreathed in electrical sparks, whispering, "Help me." In the power plant basement, the vision of lightning violently flashes again, searing Dari's mind. This time, the image is clearer. A man, engulfed in the storm's fury, is struck by lightning as he works amidst the switch cabinets. Overwhelmed, Dari fights the rising tide of panic, struggling to maintain control. In a trembling voice, Dari challenges the unseen presence. "What do you want?" The ghost spectral hand materializes, its ethereal glow intensifying as it points towards the main switch. The switch looms large, a critical point in a deadly game of power and destiny. Dari comprehends the ghost's fate, bound to the electric current at his moment of death. Her hands tremble as she grasps the ancient main switch, a pivotal decision etched on her face. With a resolute pull, she throws the switch downward, sealing the ghost's spectral prison. A thunderous hum erupts, the raw power of the plant protesting this disruption. Darkness descends as all lights extinguish, leaving only an oppressive silence in the wake of her action. In the stark basement of the power plant, the oppressive shadow begins to dissolve, fading into nothingness. The dissolution is slow, peaceful, a stark contrast to the tension that filled the room moments before. In the fading darkness, a face emerges for a fleeting moment, etched with gratitude. The expression lingers, a silent thank you hanging in the air as the last vestiges of the shadow disappear. Then, stillness. Only the cold, bare concrete of the power plant basement remains. Darkness envelops Dari, her heavy breathing echoing in the silent power plant. Alone and determined, she begins her ascent, each step deliberate in the suffocating dark. The stark contrast between the oppressive darkness and the beckoning moonlight drives her forward. She continues to climb, a silhouette against the dim light filtering from above. Emerging from the depths, Dari steps back into the cool embrace of the moonlight. The power plant looms, a silent giant against the skyline. A faint, ethereal glow emanates from within the protagonist's notebook, capturing their attention. A chilling image materializes on the page. A house consumed by flames, an ominous warning taking shape. The burning house in the notebook stands in stark contrast to the power plant, a premonition of destruction. Dari's eyes widen, reflecting the ominous glow emanating from the power plant. A silent realization dawns as she senses the shift in the air. A flicker of fear dances across her face as the machinery hums to life once more. The power plant looms, a metallic behemoth stirring from its slumber. An unsettling energy crackles in the atmosphere. Dari braces herself, knowing the inevitable has begun. The colossal power plant looms against the skyline, a stark silhouette of human ambition and industrial might. Towers rise, their cold steel and concrete forms dominating the horizon as the sun begins its descent. A network of wires and pipes crisscrosses the structure, carrying energy like veins in a metallic beast. The scene slowly dissolves into darkness, obscuring the massive structure. Complete darkness.